Missing Anubis getting hit. He's getting bled up, getting torn up, full death mark, and everything is available. Plus, just not even giving the man much of a breather. Drake gets out. It's going to be Anubis trying to see if he can back up out of the big Envenom DFA. Is that what I just saw? Is going to be Totem stunning you. Potentially lots of damage available for Anubis. Is going to get a second stun with a Sunder. But in Plush got himself lots of big Envenom damage. That's a Primordial Storm right there. Plush immediately backs up out of there. As soon as he sees that thing. That is a lot of damage to deal with. And Imbecile does get himself, I think, what is it, a root around the corner? No, I think maybe like a shock or two. Does get him out the open fly to trade on the Hex. Almost said Poly. Technically it's a Polymorph effect, isn't it? Stop Sleepy out of him, man. Not being able to make live stream work. All good, man. All good, Sleepy. Don't you ever apologize for IRL, man. IRL sometimes you just be like that. You know what I mean? Don't ever apologize about that, man. I appreciate you being here. Hope you're having a wonderful evening, by the way, my guy. Anubis does get himself a bunch of heals. He's able to be able to stabilize quite a decent bit here. Bloodshot is Kingsbane. He could go for the Cold Blood double Envenom combo. That is still something that is available to him. But Primordial Storm from the Shaman is actually very deadly. Kidney Shot is getting set up. He just got to make sure he's got himself the Tails coin. Big DFA dodging the knockback, which is massive. Root Totem with a stun right after. Anubis, do you have some Primordial setup? Now would be a huge time to do it. Got himself the big Totem. Hold on a second. Lasso for a moment, just holding the Plush back for a minute. Gouge, but Plush, you have the big Envenom? Because Gouge can be used as a damaging ability more than anything, like a stun. It doesn't break the damage immediately. It has a bit of a threshold. You can actually use it in order to hold him for a moment there. Into a cheap shot or into a Nubisil. Garrote Raptor, I think he does take it. I don't know if he's got himself that big Cold Blood there, but plenty of damage in order to take down the Shaman. Man, is it going to be Envy next? It looks like it is going to be Envy. Kind of giving Plush at least a chance there to get himself some sort of a setup. First time live seeing it doing the duels, try to join one. But an otter dude got invited, me as Bommy. What's up, Alexander? Hopefully we can get you in these, man. Hopefully we can get you. Do you play NA or EU? Because we'll be doing more on EU tomorrow. We can get you in if you're EU. Disarm to Envy. And we definitely want to try to see if we get you in here, man. Definitely want to try to give everybody a chance here to play. Big DFA slamming down to Envy. Hold on. Does he get the Cold Blood? He does get the Cold Blood. Oh, another Envenom to follow up. Envy with a parry. It doesn't matter though. Once you get the blades in, just get them blown up, and the blades blandly execute. EU, we can get you in tomorrow, my guy, if you're going to show up. If you pop in here, we can get you in. But tonight, I think it might be the last one for that, unless it's like a really, really short one. Though, depending how well Plush plays here, I guess, yeah. As a rogue, you really can just be a one-man army, one-man threat. Kiddo shot onto Leo. Just trying to see if he can back up out of that. May not be the worst move, actually. As long as he can avoid getting death gripped, should be able to escape him. Death to Decay down, but doesn't quite catch anywhere near the rogue. So Plush is able to walk out of there scot-free. Kingsbane coming back up, so he's most likely going to wait until Kingsbane is available before he goes in for an actual go versus the DK. And Leo, picking up the eye, went for Lichborn in case there's a sap. That Lichborn could have been used defensively, however. Does see the rogue, catches him with a Remorseless. Doesn't sit that sap long at all, though. This is going to be a full stun for Plush. It's a Cloak of Shadows. Does he go for counter? I think he's just trying to see if he can play defensively. Shadow Melt, try to go for it. Doesn't quite connect. Step to follow. Maybe get some dots. That's a lot of damage out for the DKO. And Leo just goes in with the big hits. Back to back. I like how TD just randomly proc, even though you're not fighting anything anymore. You gotta love that, dude. Bella is gonna be up next, though, versus Leo, who just sent a few offensives and one defensive. No, two defensives. Lichborn doesn't count for some reason as a defensive on the bars, but does have two that you can still send versus Bella. Watching for more. What's up, Shane? How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a great day at work, my man. Hope the work day is going pretty smoothly on this Friday night. Getting a shot onto Leo. Does go for a quick blind to follow up. Step to follow. Leo just trying to see if he can back up out of that cheap shot right after. Leo may not be in the great spot with evasion from Bella. Has a cloak in case he wants to rotate it. This is going to be Leo just going for even more defenses. Got himself a pet with the Ghoul Summon. Quick sacrifice, juicing that thing for a bit of that health bar recovery. And Bella does get himself a proper reset into tech. No, blades already get used. Never mind. For some reason, I thought you had blades for a moment. Leo does it up, trying to see if he can just remorseful to roam around, maybe find the rogue. But honestly, waiting out for some cooldowns is not the worst idea. IBF would be pretty helpful here. Honestly, breaking out of a stun would be huge because he doesn't have any one of those moves. at all. So right now all he can do is maybe look for the eyes, look for Rogue, randomly does find them. There's going to be an opportunity. He got Riders, he's got everything. He does see the Rogue, does get a chain of ice. As long as he can avoid the kidney shots, he might be okay. Rogue needs to build comp points before the kidney. But if you could go for a Rider play, that could be huge. It's just letting that white main do a bit of damage. Riders all join in. Start onto Bella. This is a lot of damage. Does pre a message. Try to see if you can stop some of the damage from the Rogue. Vanish out for Bella, but they're still out in play. Riders still see you somewhere, one way or another. It's going to be quick blind. You have one more Vanish. You could use it to try to see if you catch a reset. It looks like maybe Leo just going in for damage immediately. Vanish out with Bella going in for cheap. But you break out of with an IBF, blind to follow, just not letting the Rogue get any kind of setup whatsoever. Like a Frost Striker or two should take it. Taking out these Rogues one after another. Hollow is going to be up next though. Last time Hollow did go in, full Void Torrent, everything, and it just, I mean, Leo melted. The damage Shadow Priest could do is kind of nutty, honestly. Gonna leave it right after this. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Hell yeah. Leo, try to see if he can get himself in a decent setup here. He does need a lot of cooldowns to take versus Hollow. I know it's a Shadow Priest, and historically Shadow Priests are like maybe like way early expansions like TBC, Vanilla, Wrath. Maybe they were scary. I think last time Shadow Priests were actually super spooky for melee. Maybe it wasn't with a mop when people just spam DP. And I think DP didn't cost like sanity. I think it just was big mana cost, right? Really high mana cost. You would just spam it, melt people. I remember in mob, a lot of classes were super wacky like that. I think Shadow Priest was one of the wacky ones too. But normally, since then, melee usually walk over them and shred them like paper. Recently though, with War Within and Void Weaver, I think it is. Yeah, Void Weaver. I feel like I shouldn't be drawing a blank, dude. I only spend a ton of time with all these hero specs from Alpha and Beta. Void Weaver can do a ton of damage with that Rift ability. Stun onto Leo. Gotta get the dots. Full Dark Ascend. Mind Games to reverse some damage. Silence, but Leo's still fighting right through it. Hollow needs to do some damage at some point. He got him some big defenses. I don't really know what else he can do. Rift is in. Rift is up, but I don't know if it'll be enough. Oh! Rift did a lot of damage though, but Leo had plenty of bursts to follow up. Cobra immediately hitting Leo with some bursts of his own, just dropping down ports. Back-to-back ports with the reflect, so you can't even do much about it. Does grip the succubus over just to get a couple of death strikes. He's just on defensive right now. If this man lives here with just death strikes, that'd be miraculous. Cobra with a Cataclysm around the corner. Cataclysm hurts, man. Cataclysm actually does kind of hurt. Mortical, I think it might be lights. Oh yeah, not even a chance. Maybe there was an opportunity for him to press like Death Pact, AMS, IBF all at once, all in a single global, but he didn't even have a chance off of that CC. Just immediately CC'd into a bolt and you were dead. I distracted that around. All good, man. All good. Rick, oh, him being distracted here. Got knocked, but then he caught himself mid-air, setting up even more pets towards Cobra. A full turret and everything is in play. Cobra does that up all the pets, so technically that is going to give him lots of soul shards to work with. Lots of resources technically, but it's going to be more and more demons just continuing to charge at him. He does go for a port, still all those pets in play, empowered with length by the Tyrant, and it's just going to be lots of damage for Cobra to try to find a way to avoid. Going up the platform to jump over is going to help disengage from some of these pets for a few seconds, if anything. Does get hit with an Axos, however. It is going to be an Overlord jumping in on top of Rick. Does get himself even more pets. Chaos Mother attacking Cobra as well. Together with the Doom Lord. Hold on a second. Although Doom Lord looks like attacking the Succubus more than anything. Reflect, Immortal back up onto Cobra. Stun to follow. Infernal Bolt with a fear right after. Locking him down as best as possible. Rick just got himself in such a good position. Cobra immediate port, immediate first aid. Pet is going to break it. That Doom proc is also going to hit him quite a decent bit. He's going to go for a Succubus halfway across, but he's still surrounded by pets. That Doom Lord by himself could probably just end Cobra right here. Every single one of these bolts, dude, it is hurting. It is melting. It is over. I think it's just done with. Just a last final Doom Bolt in there. Or Demon Bolt, rather. Saya tried to see if he can get himself an angle versus Rick. That's it with a stun immediately. Rick has a wall. Main to use it super early here. Knocking Saya off the bridge, dude. The bridge platform is huge here. It's going to be a Tyrant with a board. Just try to see if he can run out. Saya may have to use a wall here. Everything. Dark Pact, wall, everything is used. Does go for a meter to damage damage. Physical damage from the pets, however, is still going to do a lot, though. Physical damage is still going to do a ton. Does go for a gate with a massive mobility, but one more hammer is all he needs. Does end up taking it. The Overlord. Wait, do you see the Overlord, dude? Just throw his axe long range at Saya. I don't know if connected. But they did state at some point they fixed overload, so if you for some reason can't reach the target or just chuck its axe instead of walking up and hit it. Did you see that thing midair flying? I hopefully will be able to like zoom in and slow it down so you guys can see it. I think that is literally the first time I've ever seen that pet do that. Just chuck his axe. I don't know if it even connected. I don't even know if it connected with Saya, but it's the first time I've seen him actually do it. I tried to get him to work and do it on PTR initially. So I could like, when I was going over like class changes or whatever, I was covering Warlocks. I was like, oh, hey, they made the pet a little better. But I couldn't get him to like use it. I got him in a great spot where I could like spawn him, but he just wasn't chucking his axe at all. First time I seen that thing go spinning. It was amazing. Mies is the last one left over for the team 1 versus Saya. How has no bubble, no spell warden. Lay on hands is the only thing he's got. Mies does have double block. So Mies, if he's careful, he might just have to use the block to counter Saya's damage, not necessarily for a reheal, because dampening is so high at 11-minute mark. Saya just tried to see if he can hand freedom, rush it over, try to see if he force goes out on Mies. Mies with a block. Saya taking a decent bit of sustained damage from the frozen orb and the pets. Hold on, Saya's just melting. Why is Saya's health melting down? Is it just Blizzard and frozen orb? Is that all? Must have been Mies super low, however. Needs something to live. Greater Invis to get himself a bit of DR. Shields barely keeping him alive. Lay ahead for Saya. Polymer falling. Mies will have to go. No more blocks, actually. Did he mess up his second block, or did he use twice already? I think it just lights. Yeah. Saya just walks up, hammers him. Bringing it home. Leo picking up 3. Well done. We got Saya with 2. Blush picking up 2 as well. Well done. Love the DFA play. Super fun seeing it. All right, boys.